Alright, I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive on Elektra 1996-97 series with Mike Diodato doing most of the art from at least the first 12 issues. I think he might have done the whole series, actually, now I think about it. And it's really good looking. I gotta admit, I'm not super familiar with Diodato's work outside of Elektra and Thor. He did a little bit of a run on Thor right around the same time, I think, 96 maybe. With Warren Ellis, which is why I'm familiar, because I'm a massive Warren Ellis fanboy. But you guys tell me like if he's done other great stuff, because this is so. This is cool. I'm picking a selection of some of the early really good covers. The early, Elektra, I think the series only went like 20 issues. And of course, gotta pick Doctor Strange. This is just such a good looking Doctor Strange next to the Elektra. But one of the things I wanted to mention here, because I got my little reveal at the end, is the idea of there's constantly plot text on the cover, right? There's more than just the image, but the image itself, look at that, I love that with the arm on the shoulder, is really good every time. And this keeps a good amount of action. I like more than the other covers. It really, try to get an angle here without shadow. It really gets the feel of the action going on. Like there's something happening here. And again, big old, kind of plot story text on the cover. And one more for good measure. This is a cool one too. It's not necessarily as good as the other ones, but and also should be pointed out that this series at the time, this was written by Peter Milligan, who did at least like the first dozen issues. I think the series only lasted 20 issues. And Milligan is a great writer. I'm a huge Vertigo fanboy as well. So to see Milligan doing work for Marvel back then is like, well, I was reading it back then. I didn't know it was him. I wasn't reading Marvel like that, I was reading Vertigo for authors, but I was just reading Marvel for characters. But then you look back now and you realize that, there's a lot of really good characters that had really good arcs that were written by really good authors. But so, and again, more plot on the cover. So here's my plot on the cover thing. I love this cover. This is a really good image. Dude, that right there, that is so cool. That Elektra. And then you got, ninjas on the tower, all in the dark. I like the negative space. And that ruins it. This big yellow ass fucking thing. It literally mars the whole cover and makes the cover not look as good. Now, the flip side to this, is that I really liked, actually, the Guide to the Marvel Universe when they were doing it for like a year. I find it just kind of cool, interesting. You had your, previously on Elektra, and then you got your, little main character bio, you got your side character bios, it was really cool. But doing this big old yellow ass motherfucking thing in the middle of it just ruins the cover. And then, to ruin your day, if you didn't realize you were looking at it, that's the Twin Towers there too. Oh, that's a big oopsie. Of course it was 97. Wait. Oh, I thought I was going to zoom in on fucking year, there's actually not a year tagged on here. But you saw it was November 96. Issue number 1. So, yeah, there you go. Elektra and Deodato. Or I should say Deodato and Elektra. Because that's the only reason I know this dude's name is because he did Elektra so goddamn good. Hell yeah.